Hello, this is the Harboring Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. Now, feedback is immensely important. Feel free to reach out, and the best way to do so is through email and YouTube. Okay, so as I mentioned, the advertisement. I'm working on that, and when all that is said and done, I will give you all the information about it. I'm really excited for that. All right, so I'm pretty much on all different podcast platforms, so it won't be too hard to find me. All right, so the topic of choice here in the month of love, I'm going to focus in on chocolate and the symbolism and the aspects of it, how it embodies the aspects of romance, of gentle, comforting, ooey gooey feelings, and why that implemented itself onto chocolate. Here we go. Alright, so my aspects in association with chocolate, it's really good, it's nice. I really like chocolate. Especially, to each his own with the variations of, baker's chocolate where, there's some savants with that where, it acquires a certain taste, acidity, where it's not more bitter, it's not as sweet, and so forth. And there's a lot of nutty variations into the aspects of chocolate. I could go on and go into the details about that, but that's not the topic of choice here. So, why do you all think? And feel free to reach out to me, give me comments about this. You think that chocolate is associated with the aspects of love? Well, when you go back into history, which I'm a big advocate for, it makes a whole lot of sense because it was associated with the aspects of wealth and luxury, right? So, yes, baby. Can you let me finish what I'm doing first? Okay. Okay, just hold on. I'll sort that out after this, okay? Hold on, baby. Okay. I know, just 1 minute. Hold on, let me get you some. I'll be right back. All right, I'm right back here. So, going back to what I was saying here. It makes a lot of sense for it to evolve itself in the aspects of a gift of love. Because, in itself, with that adage of saying, connecting with something, food is of the heart, that's the best way. Also, with that, that's the best way to get to a man's heart is through his belly. And how sweet could that be? And with chocolate being associated with that pattern. And then also with the aspects of, companies like Hershey, Russell Stovers, the list goes on. And the aspects of these companies evolving themselves, during the Industrial Revolution, and then, expanding out and then becoming what it is today. marketing has a big staying power in the aspects of how things are perceived. Whether people wanted to buy into that or not, or accept that or not, pun intended, buy into that here. But it goes a lot with the aspects of image and marketing and how things are associated itself. And, America is the big prominent domain of advertisement influence. It's really a lot to be said when it translates globally how the influence of commercial products change the way things are perceived. All right, so with that said, I'm going to get into the facts about chocolate here. All right, so of course the source will be provided for you. Katie, just give me a minute. I gotta finish doing this, okay? All right, thank you. Hey, not now. Just now. Hey, okay, just one. All right, so I had it. All right, sweet symbolism, unraveling the rich cultural meaning of chocolate. So this was originally written in 2024 on August 24th. All right, so this is by hillcountrychocolate.com. All right, so as chocolate enthusiasts and this person is a chocolate enthusiast and a cultural explorer. They have always been fascinated by the way the delectable treat has woven itself into the fabric of human society. So today, they are excited to take you on this journey. So let's see how they take us on this journey. So what are the key they also explore the key takeaways you should get from this article, which is number one, chocolate, the symbolism of luxury, indulgence, and exclusivity in cultures. Especially when you get in the aspects of the cacao, where this is being heavily associated with the Mexican culture and the deep influence and enriching and the pattern of the food and the culture with it. All right, so its deep historical roots from Aztec ritual to modern gift-giving traditions to the symbolism of chocolate, which varies around cultures, and adding layers of meaning to its exchange in Western societies here with chocolate often representing comfort, romance, and celebration. Also, the color and the presentation of chocolate can convey different messages and emotions. All right, chocolate. The mere mention of the word can evoke a range of emotions and memories. So, for example, it's a comfort food that soothes the soul. May have you. So for others, it might be a symbol of romance and affection. But have you ever stopped to consider the deeper meaning behind this beloved treat? So embarking on this exploration, this writer will do their due diligence to uncover the fascinating ways chocolate has become interwoven with human culture, symbolism, and tradition. So, from its origins in ancient Mesoamerica to its status as a global indulgence, chocolate has carried various symbolic meanings throughout culture. Its journey from a sacred drink from the Aztecs to the worldwide symbol of love and luxury. All right, so our journey starts with the ancient origins and the aspects of that. So let's explore that. So, chocolate, the story of chocolate begins in a lush rainforest of Central America where the cacao tree was first cultivated. From the ancient Mayans to the Aztecs, chocolate was far more than a tasty treat, and it is a gift from the gods. Now, let me say that again. Say it 3 times fast, huh? These civilizations believed that cacao seeds were brought from paradise by divine messengers. So, the resulting of this, they would drink chocolate with sacred properties. And they would think that drinking chocolate, let me rephrase that. They would think that if you drink chocolate, it would give you, sacred entities, give you abilities, divine, beyond human abilities here. So in Aztec cultures, chocolate was so highly valued that cacao beans were used as currency. The drink was reserved for royalty, priests, and warriors, symbolizing power, wealth, and connection to the divine. So this early association with luxury and exclusivity will continue to influence chocolate and the symbol of chocolate throughout the centuries to come. Now, as Europe explorers encountered the New World, they brought chocolate back to their homelands, where it quickly gained popularity among the elite. Initially, chocolate was primarily consumed as a drink, much like its place of origin. However, its symbol began to shift as it became more widely available. Now, let's go on to Western cultures. Now, chocolate gradually transformed from an exotic curiosity to a symbol of indulgence and pleasure. So we get in the 19th century, infiltrating the Industrial Revolution here. And an advancement in chocolate making techniques led to the creation of solid chocolate bars, further democratizing the one exclusive treat. Despite becoming more accessible, chocolate retained its association with high luxury and special occasions. Love, romance, and affection. Now, as of today, one of the most prevalent symbolic meanings of chocolate is the association with love and romance. Now, the tradition of giving chocolate as a token of affection has become deeply ingrained in many cultures, particularly in the West. This connection is perhaps the most evident in the celebration of Valentine's Day, where heart-shaped box as Valentine's Day has passed, y'all. Happy belated Valentine's Day to all of you. Of chocolates are exchanged as symbols of romantic love. But why chocolate became so closely linked with matters of the heart, some attribute it to the sensual pleasure of consuming chocolate, while others point it to mood-enhancing properties. Whatever the reason might be, the gift of chocolate has come to symbol care, affection, and the sweetness of love. Now, comfort and indulgence. How does this play into the factor of thinking about chocolate here? Beyond romance, chocolate often symbolizes comfort and self-indulgence in modern society. So, really good example of this is, I think, romantic comedies or so forth, or situational comedies that have to do with a female character have a lot of influence on this. Now, why do I say this? So, for the most part, it is associated with heartbreak or, something doesn't go your way. Especially when I came up, was a child. I'm a 90s kid here. It was one or two things. The female character with actually the three things, later on in the 90s here. Chocolate to soothe that broken heart or to relax or something. Ice cream, and then cookie dough. Alright, so many people turn to chocolate as a form of emotional solace or a small luxury to brighten their day. The association has led to chocolate being marketed as a way to treat yourself or as a deserved reward. So the comfort symbolism of chocolate is particularly strong in Western cultures. As I mentioned about romantic comedies, the influence of media and entertainment. So where it's often portrayed as a go-to food for emotional support, you see? So the symbolism has even made its way to popular culture with characters in movies and TVs often reaching for chocolate during times of stress or sadness. Celebration and festivities. Chocolate has also become a symbol of celebration and festivities in many cultures. From birthday cakes to holiday treats, chocolate is often at the center of joyous occasions. In some traditions, specific chocolate-based treats are associated with particular holidays, further cementing chocolate's role as a festive symbol. So, for instance, in many Western cultures, chocolate eggs and bunnies are synonymous with Easter. The Easter celebration. These chocolate confections symbolize renewal and fertility, trying into the holiday themes of rebirth and new beginnings, with the aspects of, again, reminding ourselves about the life and death and the resurrection of Christ. All right, so cultural variations in chocolate and symbolism. So in Western perspectives on the Western perspective of chocolate. While chocolate has a strong symbolic presence in Western cultures, its meaning can vary significantly in other parts of the world. Now, for instance, in Asian cultures, the gift of chocolate has only recently gained popularity and carried different connotation. So, excuse me just a minute. All right, let's Japan. There's a lot of different, especially when we get in modern Japan, about the aspects of how sweets have taken on a new art form in itself in association with gift giving to others. All right, so let's see what they say. So in Japan, for instance, there's a unique chocolate giving tradition on Valentine's Day, when women give chocolate to men, including colleagues and friends. This custom, known as, forgive me for the pronunciation of this, giri choco, is obligation chocolate, which symbolizes social obligation and friendship rather than romantic love exclusivity. Now, chocolate in Latin American traditions. So in many Latin American countries, chocolate retains some of its ancient symbolism in connection to spirituality and cultural heritage. So during Mexico's Day of the Dead celebrations, which is in October, all the way on to November, for instance, chocolate is often included in offering to deceased loved ones, symbolizing the sweetness of life and the bitterness of death. Now, the use of cacao in traditional ceremonies and rituals also continue in some indigenous communities, preserving the sacred symbolism that chocolate held for their ancestors. So the connection to cultural roots adds another layer to chocolate and the complexity, symbolizing meaning in these regions. All right, so language of chocolate, colors, and presentation. Dark chocolate, sophistication and intensity. All right, so the type of color of chocolate can also carry symbolic meaning. So dark chocolate, with its rich, intense flavor, often symbolizes sophistication, luxury, and a more refined palate. Its deep color is associated with deep character and more serious adult appreciation of chocolate. Now, in some contexts, dark chocolate may also symbolize bittersweet emotions or experiences, reflecting its complex flavor profile that balances sweetness with bitterness. Now, milk chocolate, this is associated with comfort. Milk chocolate, on the other hand, tends to symbolize comfort, childhood nostalgia, and simple pleasures. Now, the lighter color of milk chocolate can also symbolize gentleness, approachability, making it a common choice for gifts to convey friendly affection rather than intense passion. Now, on to this here. Wrap up with this. Now, white chocolate and purity and innocence, and that. And I'll go on to wrap everything up. Although technically not chocolate, as it contains no cacao solids, white chocolate has its own symbolic associations. Pure white color, often representing innocence and new beginnings, or the blank slate. In some cultures, white chocolate may be chosen for weddings or other ceremonies symbolizing purity and fresh starts. All right, so chocolate presentation and packaging. The way chocolate is presented can significantly influence its symbolic meaning. Now, a bar of chocolate might symbolize casual friendship or a small everyday indulgence. In contrast, an elaborate decorative box of associated chocolates often symbolizes special occasions, thoughtfulness, and a desire to impress. Now, heart-shaped chocolates or packaging, of course, strongly symbolizes romantic love, while gold-wrapped chocolates might represent luxury and high value. So the symbolism of chocolate can also be enhanced or altered by its presentation. In conclusion, as explored, chocolate carries a rich tapestry of symbolic meaning that varies greatly throughout cultures, contexts, and presentation. From its ancient roots as a sacred substance to its modern role as a symbolism of love, comfort, and celebration, chocolate continues to hold a special place in human society. Now, the symbol of chocolate is not static. It evolves with changing cultural norms and personal experiences. What remains constant, however, is chocolate's power to convey emotion, mark special occasions, and bring people together. Whether it's a token of affection, a symbol of success, or a simple comfort food, chocolate speaks a language that transcends words. So, this reaches the end, and I'd like to know what you all think. Feel free to give me your thoughts. Alright, so, tune in, turn up, and definitely take care. Bye-bye for now.